So I decided to make a video on this because I haven't seen anybody else make one. It's a Mk4 2003 Jetta ALH TDI. It's an automatic, but that shouldn't play that much of a difference between you manual guys if you lower it. So I lowered this car about a year ago because the OE struts were blown, and these max speeding coilovers are a lot cheaper than OE stuff. And I slammed it pretty close to as far down as it'll go, but I've got about 3/4 of an inch of space between the tire and the fender. So vibration when turning right. If you look on the forums, you'll see people talking about the sway bar. I have fixed the sway bar. You can see I just cut it right here and zip tied it up out of the way with 2 zip ties on either side of the metal part of this bracket. It has no stress on it when it's disconnected from both sides, and both sides are also zip tied with 2 zip ties. So I don't see there being any issue with that. Sure, some of you might say, you can let me know in the comments, is this the correct way? Because that's the way the original one was on, but I would have thought that this angle would go to this side. So if I need to swap these around, let me know in the comments. There's something I still don't really know that much about. But as far as the vibration when turning right, when you're on a lowered Jetta, so if you can see my axle right there, that's where the sway bar was rubbing. The cut portion's right there, but you can see where it was rubbing right there. Now, I made a mistake of getting adjustable lower control arms and then also adjusting the caster as far forward as it can go, which if you do that, that makes this 2 to 3 times worse. Wait for the truck. So when you do that, you're messing up the geometry of what goes on inside of here. So your actual axle normally sits about with factory control arms about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch left of where it's at right now. So that plays a big part into why this was rubbing so bad. But also, I mean, I went as far as to get adjustable sway bar links that I made myself. And it's nothing but some M10 150 coupling nut with some M10 150 standard nuts and M10 150 heim joints, male-ended heim joints. So I made that up as a custom sway bar link, and it was still rubbing like crazy. So after all that, I've found that so just get a good eye of where it's actually rubbing, and you want to check it while it's on the ground, because as soon as you lift it up, you're going to change again all the geometry inside of here. Once it's off the ground, you've got slop or droop in the suspension. Like if I were to put the tire on, it'd be dropped about 3.5 to 4 inches. Then when I put it on the ground, it'll be back to that 3/4 inches. So yeah, just all stuff to take into account if you're encountering this issue. Another thing to keep in mind is when the vibration happens, it sometimes will like to pop this axle end out. I thought I'd fixed it, so I guess I'm gonna have to redo that. But yeah, just like this. So yeah, let me get that on camera really good for you. See that back forward? If you've got axle shaft play like that, that's not good. You've got to take this axle end off and put a new end on. So I've got to do that, I guess. I thought I fixed it, but I did the cheap runaround and just tried to hammer this end back on and see if it'd stay, but apparently it didn't, so we're taking it all the way back out. At least I found it now and not going down the road. So yeah, the fix for the vibration is to either cut your sway bar and do that, or you can get a custom sway bar that goes underneath right through here. I don't know if you can see that little gap right there, but that's where it goes, right in that little gap, and then it just connects right there with a little, one little bolt connection. So yeah, a little short video, I guess. Hope this helps somebody, because I know I went around the whole world trying to figure out this issue. So yeah, good luck. Happy wrenching.